Welcome folks to a special video. I'm SamuraiT-X, and as you see on the screen, it's all about the blue hedgehog named Sonic. Yes, yesterday he had a 25th anniversary party celebration, and along with it was a lot of great news. So, without further ado, we are going to play this game and talk about it. But first, we are going to talk about a 2D game which was announced yesterday as well. That's why I went to 2D, and what's announced is Sonic Mania. Yes, Sonic Mania. So, this game was announced yesterday, like I said. It feels great to see Sonic go back to his 2D roots. It really does, personally for me. Considering Sonic has been going on a downfall, and Sonic fans have been craving for that kind of game, well, they've got it. And let's see, it's in association with Christian Whitehead, Headcanon, and Pagdoga West Games. So yes, sorry, I had to look at my notes. Let me pause this for a moment. Right, yes, and with this game there was two playable levels. Green Hill Zone Remastered. It looks fantastic, by the way. I suggest you go and check it out once the videos have been released, or if you watched it yesterday, you will understand. And it's got Studio Police Zone. Studio Police Zone. Yes, those are the two playable zones that people got to play at if they were there. I wasn't there, I just watched it. Looks pretty amazing too from the gameplay trailer. It was only a small snippet that you saw in the trailer itself, but it looks fantastic. And it was so great to see an indie game company like being approved to make this game. Its release is planned to be next year. I think it's springtime it will be released. So there's a lot of time to produce that game. And yes, I made a plea with Sega not to rush any more games of theirs. So yes, I'm going to say it again. Please don't rush this game. I beg of you, please don't. Anyway, right. Well, not only is that new, but there's a new technique in the game which I've noted down. It's a drop dash. So if you drop on the ground, you can immediately spin dash. So that was added to the game. It looks very impressive. I thought it was pretty cool seeing it. But yes, that's a new technique. Oh, and another thing actually. During the show, the head of Sonic team, Takashi Izuka, I think that's his name. I wrote it down personally. Yeah, Takashi Izuka. Yes, he gave us an Easter egg, which means the fans can say the trademark line which you heard in Sonic 1, 2, and 3. The Sega. Yeah, that would be the Easter egg of the game. So I thought that was a cool thing as well, actually, personally for me. So, yeah, I thought that whole part of Sonic Mania, that was only shown a bit later, but I'm talking about Sonic Mania right now, so yeah, that's the only reason I'm adding it in. But what's the positive thing about this is that the fact that Sonic has gone back to 2D. So it's a great way to get a 25th anniversary game. That wasn't the only thing that came out of this. Don't worry about that. I'll talk about the other project that was announced near the end of the show. So don't worry about that, folks. Another thing that was onto the music performances. A lot of people did complain about hype potions because they were slow and whatnot. But I didn't really have a problem with hyper potions. I thought they were pretty okay for me anyway. Everyone has different opinions, but for me, hyper potions was okay. And personally, you have to support them because they will be contributing to the music in Sonic Mania. So please don't be so harsh on them. It was very nice hearing them play. But obviously, many people were critical. But don't worry, they'll do better music for Sonic Mania. Trust me on that. But I thought Hyper Potions was personally okay for me. But I think what everyone was personally waiting for was Crush 40. And man, were they amazing! They completely hyped up everything, despite some of the songs being a bit poor. Well, the game, shall I say, not the songs, the games. The music for most of the games. Oh, sorry. The music for the Sonic games are 90% amazing. 90% of the time, the Sonic game music is amazing, and we all can agree on that. Take out Sonic Brotherhood, Dark Chronicles Brotherhood. Take that out. We obviously know that sucks, but Crush 40 was amazing. Really, they were. If you haven't listened to any Crush 40 music, I recommend you do. When I first heard of Crush 40 when I was younger, I always thought it was just a group of like 10 people playing music, but it's only two people. But they're amazing for just two people. Um, the guitarist, Jun, I think his name is Jun Soyoda. I might have got that wrong, but he's amazing, and the front man is especially amazing. I forgot to write down his name, but you can tell me what the front man's name is of Crush 40, of course, because they were amazing. I really loved their performances. They really hyped up the crowd. They really hyped up the streamers. They hyped up the fans. You know, whenever Crush 40 play music, they're simply amazing. They livened up the show because I think the crowd were pretty much dead when Hyper Potions were playing because they didn't get much of a response. But when Crush 40 came on, that was when the crowd really livened up and got looked more forward to the announcements of many Sonic games. I can see during my timeline, a lot of people were mocking the Sonic timeline. You know, when they played the history of Sonic, you saw 91 had Sonic 1, obviously. Then 96 they had 3D Blast. To be honest, I didn't really. As a little child, I liked that game, but as you grow older, you just thought this game's rubbish. But we're not talking about rubbish games here. But I think a lot of people got a lot of laughs when they saw Sonic 2006 on the timeline. The jokes, yes, you can make jokes about that game. We all know how bad that game was. Apart from the music, like I said, the music's amazing for that game. But apart from the gameplay is pretty bad, but we're not really here to talk about old games being bad, okay? We're here to talk about what happened in the 25th anniversary. Because, right, they did talk about Sonic Dash. The download figures reached 200 million. Of course, I kind of expected that, but that wasn't the only thing they really talked about here for Sonic Dash. For Sonic Dash, they also made announcements, and the announcement was that Classic Sonic was going to be in this game, and Green Hill Zone, of course, Green Hill Zone, you know, because it's the very first zone of the very first Sonic game. So yes, I thought that was a good addition to the Sonic Dash game. I have played it. Don't get me wrong, I haven't got it on my phone, so I'd be lying if I said I had it on my phone, but I don't. So yeah, that was pretty good as well, actually, hearing about the Sonic Dash figures, because it's always good hearing about Sonic getting a lot of downloads and whatnot, considering it's a free-to-play game anyway. So at least it's getting a lot of recommendation and attention. So that's a bit of a positive for Sonic Dash for me anyway. The next one I don't think many people were interested in. Some people would be, but me, I didn't really mind. The Sonic the Hedgehog X Sanrio with Hello Kitty. The toys and whatnot looked pretty interesting to me anyway, but I wouldn't buy them personally because I'm not really a fan of Hello Kitty. You know, I'm not. So it's not my thing, Hello Kitty. So as a fan, I thought it was okay that they did this. I'm not against it, and I'm not gonna bash it because you know, Sonic does lots of collaborations with people like Mario and whatnot. So Hello Kitty's just was one I didn't expect. Let's just say that. But like I know a lot of people would buy it, like girls and some guys. I know some people would buy it just for collection because Hello Kitty does have a lot of Sonic related stuff like a gold Hello Kitty which is representing Supersonic. But yeah, it looked pretty okay to me. I thought the woman presenting it was a bit nervous, but you know, it's a big occasion, so I can understand if she was nervous. But you know, as she moved on, you know, like the more she moved on, she sounded more confident, and that's a good thing because you wouldn't want to sound negative. She did have a passion and a very exciting passion too for this Sonic X Sanrio um, collaboration. So it was a good thing, a good presentation. Um, another thing, another highlight for me was like hearing one of the creators of Sonic saying Sonic was his son. because he's watched him grow from the side, and he's like an adult now. I thought that was pretty sweet hearing him say that. I don't know his name. Sorry about that. I tried to take as much notes as I could, but but the stream was very poor anyway, so please don't bash me for not recognizing the man's name, because when they said his name, the stream kept freezing, so I couldn't really catch his name, but I think he's all got that part as well when he said Sonic was like his son. I can understand why they're saying that, but it's 25 years. Time surely flies. Sorry about that again. Time surely flies. I can't believe Sonic's survived 25 years, considering the ups and downs he's had. So, personally, it's a great achievement for Sonic the Hedgehog, and I hope he has another very good few years ahead of him. These projects has made me optimistic, especially Sonic Mania. I really hope for the best for that game. I will be one of those that will be buying it personally because, like, I've kept my faith with the Sonic fan franchise. Sorry, I was about to say fan base, but franchise. I've kept a lot of faith in that. Um, I've not had enough sleep, so I have been stuttering on my words. I do apologize personally for that, but on to the next one. Oh, um, before we talk about the entertainment and the meeting the voice actors, the entertainment was meeting the voice actors of the Sonic Boom. But let's talk about Lego Dimensions. They did have a Lego Sonic toy, which they showed on stage, but we couldn't see it because it was very small and the camera was zoomed out, so couldn't really see what it looked like. But in game, I'm guessing the in-game Sonic, Lego Sonic, that's what it looks like. Looks pretty cool actually, Sonic in Lego. I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty curious and I do want to play that. I don't really play much Lego games, but Lego Dimensions with Sonic the Hedgehog, I definitely will check that out because it has Green Hill Zone as well, so it looks pretty cool. I really enjoyed it. Like this whole celebration with Sonic is just fantastic. But personally, yeah, the Lego Dimensions really looked cool. The two people presenting it were British. They didn't look nervous at all. If anything, they were excited, and I can't blame them because it was Sonic's anniversary day. It's just eagerness to just get it out there, and I think it did pretty well for me anyway. Um, right, the Sonic Lego toy will be released on the 18th of November. I think that's for everywhere in America and Europe. So yeah, that's one thing. And the game itself with Sonic will be released in the fall of 2016. So I'm gonna say November to December. That's when he will be on Lego Dimensions. So do keep your mind open. Right. Before we talk about meeting the voice actors and the Sonic Boom world premiere, we're going to talk about Sonic Boom Fire and Ice. Um, Honestly, after Sonic Boom flopped, I didn't expect Sonic Boom to get another sequel, but the Sega really seem optimistic about this franchise being a success. The cartoon for me is fine. It's entertaining for the kids. For me, it does has its cheesy jokes and whatnot, but that's what Sonic is. Sonic's always had cheesy jokes. Some of them are funny, some of them are not. But the real highlight of the TV show, to me anyway, personally for me, the real highlight of the show is Dr. Eggman. That guy is just hilarious. The voice actor behind him is just also so funny, which I'll get to in a minute when you talk about meeting the voice actors. I didn't write down all their names, but we'll get to that. We're talking about Sonic Boom Fire and Ice. This game is due to be released in September 27th in the USA and the 30th in Europe. So, yes, that's the announcement for Sonic Boom. But the world premiere was shown of season 2, where Dr. Eggman was talking about a meteorite hitting the planet. And of course, what made me laugh during this world premiere snippet was the fact he referenced Terminator 2, Arnold Schwarzenegger. If you heard, he was like, he did say, "Come with me if you want to die," but then he changed it to live. So he said, "Come with me if you want to live." I kind of found that funny because like Terminator references really have a place in my heart. So I found that pretty funny when Dr. Eggman just said that out of nowhere. I'm pretty sure everyone else spotted that. So I found that funny. Like Dr. Eggman's character in general was just funny in that show. So if you haven't checked out Sonic Boom, do check it out. I do recommend you check it out because it's fantastic. Right. Meeting the voice actors. I'm gonna get their names up. We all know you met Roger Craig Smith, who's the voice actor of Sonic. Is it Colleen Shaughnessy? I know she voices one of the characters. I'm not. Let me get up the cast. 1 second. Sorry about that. I'm typing on my phone, by the way, so yeah, bear with me for a second. I'll that's why I paused the game. I was supposed to play the game and thing, but like, cause I needed to look at my notes on my phone, I decided to pause the game. So sorry about that. I did promise to the Twitter viewers that they will get a gameplay of Sonic. But if you haven't seen my Sonic Let's Play, then you can check it out. But yeah, let me check the voice actors because I should have noted this down, but you know they did. But the stream was very choppy, so I couldn't really get the names down, but I know most of them. Like Roger Craig Smith is Sonic. Personally, I'm not going to say that he's a rubbish Sonic voice actor. I think he's okay. For me, I think he's okay personally. Obviously, everyone has their personal favorites, like Jason Griffin, Ryan Drummond, and I think those are the only two Sonic voice actors. But yeah, everyone has their favorites. So personally, Roger Craig Smith has done a fantastic job as Sonic. You know, he goes along with the material that's given with to him, so you can't really criticize him. Cindy Robinson was actually funny as well because like whenever she spoke, she's the voice actress of Amy Rose, but whenever Cindy Rose spoke, she ended up having her mic cut off because I think she was giving plot spoilers. So I thought that was a bit funny actually, because when she tried to do it again, Roger Craig Smith intervened and then like his microphone was being cut off as well. So that was pretty funny, and so was Mike Pollard's Dr. Eggman. He was the highlight of this whole thing because this guy is just so charismatic. He's just too funny for me, Mike Pollard. He's done a great voice acting role as Dr. Eggman for so many years. I think he's been the voice actor for 13 years. I might be wrong, but he's fantastic, Mike Pollard. He always gets my credit. Um, I don't think Travis Willingham was there. I'm not sure if he was. Um, he's the voice actor of Knuckles. I'm not sure if he was there. Like I said, the stream was a bit choppy, so I couldn't really check much of this whole thing. But I did get some snippets. The stream was pretty poor anyway on Twitch. A lot of people were saying that it was cutting out on them, so I really didn't get much of the voice acting, but I thought it was fun for what I saw. Colleen O'Shaughnessy was funny as well. She's a pretty cool voice actor as well. All of these people are pretty cool voice actors. What made me laugh is it Qbot? Yeah, Qbot's voice actor Wally Wingert, like saying how he loved being Qbot because he has a multiple personality disorder and he really enjoys like voicing it. And I think he's funny because personally he said I forgot what he said because the stream was choppy again. So like he made a joke somewhere in between, and a lot of the crowd was laughing. So I suppose it was very funny. Um, if you remember what he said, can you please write in the comments? Because like the stream was very crappy. But those in attendance must have been very honored to be there. I wish I was in attendance personally for this, but I weren't, so I had to watch it on stream. And poor me, it was so choppy, I couldn't really get much to it. Of course, there was a entertainment with the costume contest, which I didn't get to see. I think they didn't show it because they ended it after the last game announcement that they made, which I'll get to in a minute. I'll get to the question and answering next. And kudos to the guy who was answering the questions. They asked Takashi Iizuka about Sonic Adventure 3, which I think everybody's been dying for. Personally, I have too, but you know, it was a great thing hearing him ask, will there be a Sonic Adventure 3 in the future? And here's what Takashi Iizuka said, which was very cool of him. There are no plans for Sonic Adventure 3, but I'd like to make it in the future. So do keep your eyes open. He's not really ignored the fact that he wants to make Sonic Adventure 3. He wants to, so keep your eyes open. I'm gonna probably say in about a few years' time we will see. I won't say like next year or the year after, like 2018. I don't think so. I think we'll see it probably like in maybe 4 years or something. I'm gonna predict in like 3 to 4 years we'll probably get that announcement of Sonic Adventure 3. So that was a very positive thing to hear that they haven't given up on it and they will plan on making it in the future, but just they're keeping us in suspense. Let's just say that. Um, right. That's all my notes so far, apart from one more actually. Um, right, this was the I had to leave the best for last because everybody went nuts on Twitter, Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. Everyone went nuts. All right. Takashi Iizuka came back on the stage and said he wasn't done yet. And I was thinking, what do you mean you weren't done yet? And then, I was just thinking, I was about to turn off the stream because, the guy said it was over. And as soon as he said he wasn't done yet, I quickly removed my mouse from the X button and I was like, wow, really? And then, immediately he said, that Sonic Mania wasn't the 25th anniversary game he wasn't working on. So I was like, oh wow, okay. Well, what is it? And then the trailer revealed Project Sonic 2017. And wow, was I amazed to see classic Sonic back on the screen. Because Sonic Generations was a huge success. So, man, was I pleased to see that. And I think everybody went nuts because everybody loves Sonic Generations, including myself. Seeing classic Sonic on the screen saying, join the revolution, was it Revolution? Yeah, I think it said join the Revolution. So yeah, I think that was fantastic. The way to close out the show. So yeah, for all in all, the show was great. For me, I enjoyed it. I don't see why people were complaining, but that's what divides the Sonic fan base. They want things and they demand it, and then sometimes they just feel unsatisfied. But personally, for me, as a Sonic fan, you know, both Project Sonic and Sonic Mania were the kind of games I wanted. Because I said, maybe we Sonic doing bad on the 3Ds. Sometimes he needs to step away and go back to the 2D. So I'm glad we're getting Sonic Mania from the indie team, and I have a massive faith in the indie team to do great games. Because indie game developers don't get enough credit for me anyway. Indie game developers are fantastic. So please do give your support to Sega and the indie team who are developing the game, Cannon Head Games and pa- pa- sorry, Pagoda West Games. Yeah, please do give faith to them because they are fantastic. I believe that they will do great with this game, with Sonic Mania, and Hyper Potion. Do give them a chance to do great music. Personally, I think they will do great. I liked what they did on stage. Um, right. As for Project Sonic 2017, I really hope we do not. I really hope Sega and Sonic Team do not make that mistake again, like they did with Sonic 06, and divide their team into two to make another game and have all this hassle and whatnot. I really hope they don't make that mistake again to try and meet a deadline, because I think that will personally bury their franchise for good. Because I think they've had enough critics for meeting deadlines and rushing games. I think Sega should learn from their previous mistakes and not rush their games. I'm gonna put my plea at the end of this video because I did make a plea at the end of my Sonic 2 Let's Play about them not doing that. So yeah, you will listen to it again. But yes, I'm pretty excited about these two games, Sonic Mania and Project Sonic 2017. Personally, I thought it was Sonic Generations 2 because I saw classic Sonic, but they haven't given it a name yet. But I'm still going to call it Sonic Generations 2 for now because classic Sonic and modern Sonic are on the screen. So, my opinions about the Sonic franchise, I have to put this in because everyone's entitled to their opinion. Um, well, for me, every franchise has its ups and downs. I think Sonic has been on the biggest roller coaster ride you can ever imagine. Sometimes you think the guy is going to fall off it. He started off magnificent with Sonic 1, 2, and 3. Those were fantastic games. He was on a high on the roller coaster. Then they made Sonic 3D Blast, which wasn't really a success for me. I think it was a bad game because the controls are awkward and whatnot. Same with some of the Game Gear games like Sonic Blast. I thought that was rubbish. And Sonic Labyrinth, they've been down a huge roller coaster, and then they came back. Then they came back after making Sonic R and Sonic the Fighters, which also failed. They went back up the roller coaster again. Personally, I thought they were going to fall off completely after those games, but I was young then, so of course Sonic weren't going to give up there and then. But then they made Sonic 3 Adventure with on the Dreamcast, which was fantastic. Then they made Sonic Shuffle, which went pretty downward spiral, which was a crappy Mario Party game. And then they made Sonic Adventure 2, which was brilliant. So they've had their ups and downs with their games. I'm not gonna lie, you can really say Sonic's had more downs than ups as of late, which he has. So I really hope from this day on, with these two announcements of Sonic Adventure. See, I'm getting too excited already. But from Sonic Mania and Project Sonic 2017, personally, I hope that these two games will be a huge stepping stone for Sonic to keep going up the ladder again. Because like we don't want him to die. You know, these days we keep some of us keep mocking him, saying he's on life support because his games are so bad. But I really hope that Sonic does get on the way to success. Yes, I'm back to playing again, but yeah, personally, I do hope Sonic gets back on that successful ladder again because he really needs a good year without no trouble, and we all are rooting for Sega not to mess up again because personally, we don't want Sonic to go. So yeah, that's it really for me. We're gonna do this bonus stage quickly, but personally, that's what I have to say about the Sonic franchise. Really, I don't think I could say anything more apart from do not fuck it up again, Sega. I didn't mean to swear at the end of the video, but if you're a die-hard Sonic fan like most of us are, we've put so much faith in Sonic for so many years that he will bounce back. So personally, I'm hoping Sega does do somewhat good, and I failed the bonus stage, but that doesn't matter. Happy birthday again, Sonic, and yeah, this is SamuraiT-X signing out. Until then, once again, thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you guys next time in another video. But I hope you enjoyed my breakdown of Sonic 25th anniversary, but it was amazing. And if they pull it up on, if there is something on Twitch, I'm pretty sure Sega subscribed to Twitch. I'm pretty sure they will have that video up on there. I do recommend you watch it again for Crush 40 and whatnot. It really was great. But yeah, take care, guys. See ya.